Alrighty, this is a combined arms game on Poland 4, which is a map that has really good redoubts and is otherwise relatively flat. We got Onich as an infantry player. We got Cakestrap as a cavalry player, and then I'm the arty player. I'm allowed to take, I think this one was still 72 pounds if I'm not mistaken. That's 36 plus a combination of 24, that's 54 pretty sure. I don't fucking know, I can't do maths. Something like that. It's a maximum of 9 units of artillery as well. But for cavalry, I don't know if we did a maximum yet for lances and heavy cav. I think we did a limit for heavy cav, but we didn't do a limit for lances, if I'm not mistaken. No, this one is limited, so we already read the rules by then. Wrote them, sorry. Alright, and then he gets to take any infantry he wants, and I just told him to take 30 if you can. He got 16, 19, 20, 27, that's pretty good. Plus my 10 infantry is going to help out heaps. But yeah, you can see the map. The point of the game is LOC, and that's like line of command or line of control, I don't know which one it is. But essentially it's just where your main force, whatever is behind your main line, that's kind of what you control. Those, you get points for each of these, whatever, they're allocated. So down here is like a 2-pointer. So essentially what we kind of discussed was, you know, since I'm at the front here, I'm just going to push for that redoubt because obviously I want my arty on that. If you have a look and you go down, you can see fucking everything, everywhere, because the map is really flat. But you can see the other redoubt as well. Brief scan, beef scan. You got a fucking another little redoubt, which we did want to aim for, but I think they snuck up horse arty on. You'll see it later. And that horse arty was a pain in our side, honestly, like literally, as well. Shooting enfilade. Enfilade means pretty much like complete opposite angle. Not opposite, I think against, I don't know. Google it, that's what I can tell you. It's a nice setup you got going, it's fucking glorious, isn't it? Oh yeah, gist is, I told Onich, I'm going to go for the redoubt. You spread out your cav, just keep it everywhere. Do the cav stuff. And then Onich slowly spreads all the way down to the 2-pointer. I kind of said, okay, start at the 1-pointer and then work your way down to the 2-pointer and then move onwards from there. So that's essentially kind of drawing a line like this. We push out a little bit, we'll manage to take and hold that. I think he sends some troops out up here, but I think I'm just going to mainly focus on the center redoubt. And then, yeah, you see an imaginary line kind of going all the way down here. That's kind of what I want to go for, and that secures us 5 points, then we can play for a 5th and a 6th. I mean, a 6th and a 7th. But yeah, they're really fucking shit out of luck for LOC, unfortunately. I do choose maps that have, what do you call it, specific sort of spawns, just because I want the games to work in unison, where all players can kind of team up at the same time and move in unison together. And that's why they're usually maps that you're crammed into the corner. But yeah, plays out pretty well. I'm glad we got the cav player at the front, at least. That's always important to have. Yeah, I'll speed it up here, and we'll see the action happen. But the highlight of this is, not to be biased or anything, but my artillery, because it completely destroys the French. Like, terribly. I've never seen anything like it, honestly. And I was really proud of it. And yeah, off we go. I remember the bit of difficulties of explaining to my cavalry player that he really needs to touch each end of the map because he really needs to cover the flanks. So as a cavalry player, you kind of want to split it into like 3 or 4 cores, essentially. Because moving as one big main blob isn't too effective. Yeah. Me holding down spacebar, you can essentially see what I wanted to do. I was moving up my 4 9-pounders as a grand barrier. It's going to have 2 grand barriers, essentially one strung out here facing that direction and then one strung out there facing that direction. But I realised that they are mainly coming from here, so eventually I set them all on this edge here. Then as well, I got 3 6-pounders. This is all my arty as well. Ah, this must add up to 54. 3 6-pounders, not 4. But yeah, are going to have another little grand battery of 3 6-pounders down here. And important thing as well, always march infantry in front of your arty. You never want, don't look at that, you never want gaps or anything like that, because enemy cav could just easily take it out. We don't have to worry too much because it's French, I mean it's Empire forces, and they don't really have any Cossack, guerrilla units. So, no worries. Bit of a slow start for the British infantry, but it doesn't matter too much. They're probably the same on their end. But yeah, for the players for the French, I'll just read out the players and what they're playing each as well. So I am obviously Britain as artillery, and the general that I'm taking is Mystery. It's Duke of Wellington, of course. Then we have Austria, who is played by Keckstrap, and he is taking old mate Joseph Radetzky, if I said that correctly. And then as British infantry, we got Onage, my boy. So for, what is it, the French artillery, I'm pretty sure, is Milan FA. And he obviously, I think, desires his redoubt. I'm pretty sure we got a Napoleon and his twin, don't worry about it, just ignore it, and his brother, of course. It's a little family reunion, power of nepotism. Anyways, that's Milan FA on the arty. Old is the infantry, the French infantry, so also Napoleon, either one of these two. And for the cav, of course, we have Cheese, or Checker. Solitary Cheese is what is in the Steam name, but Checker is the Discord name. And he's playing Confederation of the Rhine cav, which are very, very strong. Quite the force to be reckoned with. But, to be fair, Austrian cav is on par. It's just German cavalry, I think. Just relatively strong. So yeah, you can see my decision making. I decided, okay, I can kind of go on the tip here, point out that way, but mainly focused this way. Kind of hoping, shoot mainly down there, but it does turn out to be mainly this area that's fought over between these two one-pointers on the minimap. Work my other grand battery, because I wasn't going to go for a direct route through here. I was kind of going to go around because I did want to kind of create a corridor, essentially, for Onage to walk all his troops down and through. But the way that the game plays out, people position themselves differently to like what's planned in advance. We're beginning to see some French infantry. Testing the waters. There we go, there's a heavy cav. Cuirassiers, I'm pretty sure you would have a Cuirassier and maybe a Garde du Corps somewhere over here, potentially. But yeah, you can see what he's done. Confederation, just 3 blobs. He's allowed a maximum of 12, it's 3 blobs of 4. Very consistent, keeps his general in the middle. Makes stuff easy. I'm really weary about my artillery. I usually freak out at the start of games. Making my other allies nervous as well. But what we have going for us, which will really slow them down in any advance, is this really nice river that goes all the way through. See a 2-inch ball already set up. So it must have been towards the front. Oh, that was lucky. Quite a lucky shot. Probably still be shooting up there. Just good frame on it. I know. Targeting elsewhere, I think. Or even limbering up, maybe. Here they come. Still hidden. It's good. Getting really close here. Really playing with the infantry. Trying to push around early, and alrighty. Anyways, getting my arty up. Really a good moment to teach people how to set up arty properly in redoubts, because these arrows lie to you. Or triangles, really. And you gotta really pay attention to where the actual artillery piece is, not the actual arrow. Because you'll see what I have to do. I have to do minor adjustments before I can set it up. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of micro. But once it's set up perfectly, you're fucking dominating. Yeah. Begin a cav engagement on this side. Check if there's keg. Move up to general. He's probably going to move up his general. He just basically weighed the odds. And did not work out well for him. The Chevaliers got eaten by the Hussars. Look at those. Jesus Christ. Got to call would probably be the only thing you got going for him, but it's a heavy cab versus heavy cab. Who knows? Oh god. He's losing as well. Oh, he forgot about his cab here in the centre. Gotta chuck that out. Lol. Yeah. Backfired majorly for him, so yeah, backed it up with another heavy cab unit. And at the same time, my stuff's getting into place. Bit ambitious here because this artillery cheval came through. It's getting cleared up. It's fending back with the double heavy cab. That's interesting. The two scare outweigh the one scare. But yeah, we decided we really want to go for that as well. So we have shit happening on both ends. I think some of them touch, but they don't break. Canister there. Oh well. I'm still going that end. So yeah, they're not having a good time. But they are shooting into the back of the Austrians at the same time. So they didn't get touched, they're still moving up. Wow. Probably not going to make that. What a costly engagement this is. They're mostly committed. Anyways. Oh yeah. Basically, I missed it. But I had to do minor shuffles every now and then. Because now they are all perfectly set up along the edge. Essentially, if they try to right click and target my unit, all cannonballs are just going to bounce and skip up and above. Hopefully. I don't think I'll lose any limbers there anyways.
Sir! Sir! Our general is under attack!
Got this triple grain battery set up. And yeah, we're desperate to take that out. Got a beautiful hit there. He's firing back. He got the actual grain battery set up. And then another 12 pounder on this side. It's still going, Jesus Christ. Yeah, they withdraw. And I basically tell Onage, like, yeah, I think it's time to get your ass over here because I think I'm positioned these up too early. I was freaking out about it. Essentially, what I do instead is I just coax these French into my canister range. Which I really go for. Yeah, finally have these all firing. Taking out some cav. Got them firing all down here. You can already see the columns of men that I'm clearing. Like one shot it clears up 10, 20 men. Going for the grand battery. Took out some limbers of the artillery repeat over here. Focusing on cav. But yeah, I get 7 targets I get to shoot at essentially, if I want to. So yeah, they really begin to push to this side on the left. Onage is moving his troopers up in here, just securing this point up right here, but this pretty much doesn't become anything relevant. Center, he never pushes either, because I got my troops strung along here, but I get Onage to replace them eventually. Yep. Now they're getting within canister range. poor guys. They're conscripts after all. Got limber of mine. That was their horse cav. Yep. Clearing them. And then I think I get the other cannons just to fire around shots because they're slightly out of range. But yeah, I see these troopers coming along here with my 9-pounders. And as soon as they get past here, I think I start specifically targeting these guys. Yep. Oh my goodness, you can see the damage they do. That was a young guard and took out 25 men. 35 men, sorry. In one hit, one cannonball from a 9-pounder. And they get inflow from there as well. And pretty much non-stop on their reserves. Like, these are their reserves, and strong reserves, that is, as well. Cannons going off here, round shot going off here. Pretty much no remorse, and then I even round shot some of these guys down here. Trying to thin them out, but I think that just works in reverse for them. They have to put them in thick columns, because then they're thin against the grain that way. It's really difficult because they've got two harsh angles on them. And pretty much I just tell Onage to never walk past my guns and you'll be fine. And yeah, I told him, like, as well, with here, if I was really worried I could put my men in the water a little bit because it's a tiny little bit of a divot from the ground here to here. So then I can really do close range fire on like the French over here if I wanted to. Yeah, even that I got one gun doing counter battery fire, I've taken out artillery PE'd and one of the grand batteries so far. And that's just only one 9-pounder doing grand battery. Counter battery. Oh no. Not even. Oh yeah, this one here. This one I'm just shooting against the grain this way. But yeah, the main focus was all these units here. You can see them constantly getting knocked down. Pretty much none of them. Oh, one of them was almost undisturbed while walking through here. And even better, it's just the way the map is so flat. See my 9-pounders. They're just shooting overhead. It's better to see it from this angle. Oh my goodness. It's a bit like at these stages because not many men have died yet. But yeah, a big target of mine as well is if there's nothing good to hit, I always try and target horses. But yeah, all I keep doing is just forcing him to walk this way towards my cannons. And they're advancing very heavily on this 1-pointer, because I think they know that we want to go for the 2-pointer eventually, and they're doing the same thing. It's focusing most of his reinforcements down that side, because everyone's counting points, you know. At the moment, we kind of all hold 4 points each. 1, 2, 3. Oh no. We're the ones holding 4 points currently, round about. Oh, almost. These other ones I really wouldn't count. Yeah, this is still being a pain in the ass because it's just how these redoubts work. He has them placed, so as soon as I'm trying to counter arty, they're just going to skip over. Yeah, start going for these guys. And also the back ones, I think. Yep. And I take these ones and go enfilade this way. And I even want to go for the cav as well. But yeah, these are meant to be like fresh reserves, and that's just a whole line getting cleared. Jesus Christ. But yeah, essentially I just start splitting up my artillery fire and just pummeling through all gaps. And you can just see already the lines are dead this early on. Even over here. I think some of these kills is unintentional because I'm trying to counter arty. And if I hold down spacebar, you can see none of my arty is has right clicked on anything. I am all manual firing. So what I do is I zoom in on the ground and I zoom either a little bit in front or a little bit behind, depending on where I think it's going to bounce. And a big thing as well is always using bounces and skips. Good. Yep, good enfilade. Shitty bounce over there. Aimed too close, I think. that was their own guns. Uh-oh, yep. I don't think they have the advantage I do. And it's a whole thing of, rarely ever during the Napoleonic era did they fire cannons overhead of their own troops. They would always create gaps, or they'd always be on the flanks. You know what I mean? Anyway, Napoleon Guard, Moyen Guard, I think, I don't know, Cavalry Battalion. Getting eaten up. And yeah, another Valet Guard, it's at like 35 men lost. Makes that 50 men, Jesus Christ. And these ones 50 men. Yeah, cav engagement over here. Doesn't work out for... I don't know what happened to the Rhine this game, but the Rhine did not have good luck with their cav. Austrian cav just must be too powerful. And yeah, I think maybe because his general's over here too. I think he was really heavily looking at this spot, hoping to break through, but we just basically didn't really care about it. There wasn't too big a worry that side. Because they kept, you know, maneuvering over here. And yeah, these are reserves of the Valet Guard, and they're almost half completed, and they're all red there for a second. Kind of terrifying putting my camera here. I'm kind of ducking my head every single time a cannonball whizzes past. But yeah, if you look at the main lines, these just got free reign. Plus any troop that goes past this redoubt here is just going to get demolished. So the fight for this one pointer was a big part of it, because it all builds down to the fight for the 2-pointer, but I don't think that ever happens. So yeah, there's definitely cav built up in this forest here. My counter battery, still with just the one unit, taken out half, and I think half, yeah. So now there's essentially a great battery left. Oh, sad noise, that one. Just crazy stuff going on. I think we're going to do it this side. Okay, I'm going to sit down just to shoot semi-enfilade along this side. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I pretty much punish anything that's just standing out in the open. Here come the ultra-depleted reserves. Not good. Again, everything feels like they've just come out of like heavy combat, but they literally just stood there and taking cannon fire. Here we go. More Colondi attack. Juicy targets for me. How about if I do it like this? Oh, goodness. I know they're coming. Just wait for me to change my targets. There we go. These are all fresh. That one's just getting pummeled over and over again. The guy just fell down and got back up. And then fell down again. A bit unfortunate. I think I was a bit late on these reserves. Must have been focused firing elsewhere. Okay, I've gone for the reserves now. Lost a limber, that's all. Otherwise, men are relatively healthy. Yeah, now I start to go hard on them.
C'est sacrément stupide de traîner par ici. Ils sont maintenant à portée de nos fusils, monsieur.
They lost 30, they lost 50, they lost 10. Reforming his lines. Oh, bad time to reform. Really bad time to reform. Yeah, and this one dude, horse arty, gets the craziest enfilade fire on us, and almost that one cannon pretty much pushes us back from this one pointer. And yeah, just tell Ownage, well, yeah, send down reinforcements. I'll move down stuff as well if I can. So I've pretty much taken out all the limbers, everything here. Bit rough. I think there's a point where like I literally am forced by my infantry player Ownage, because he's so desperate for me to take that out, and I pretty much spend like 5 minutes focus firing all my 9-pounders on this, and it just doesn't work. And eventually we just decide, okay, the Austrian cav player, Keg, he just has to pretty much suicide charge this down, and then we can move on from there. Because the French are really, even despite all my enfilade fire, it's getting a bit much for them, our British on this flank. The French are really concentrating their forces over here. There you go, another Valet guard with 25 men missing. All these really expensive troops just fucking battered. There we go, got more. I haven't even seen these, I don't think, and they just must have been behind here somewhere taking kills. Jesus. Bit sad. British, on the other hand, look how clean our battlefield is. I'd lick it. That's how clean it is. I'd wipe my ass along that grass. You know what I mean? Anyways. See some reserves get just munched on. Light infantry, some marine guard, and more marine battalions, I think, yeah. They're all the elites. I think I'm targeting in advance, but must have fired too early. Ooh! That was close. Did you like that bounce and skip over the hill? So yeah, I just missed those units. I think I've still gone for some here. And yeah, they've learned the canister is pretty mean, so stay away from it. Must be really scary being one of these reserve forces and walking along all these lines of dead thinking, how'd that happen? Why am I going there now? And why am I doing the same thing? And if you're lucky, you get to make it all the way over here. How exciting. Again? Oh my god. Okay, that's just one 6-pounder. Jesus Christ. See, this is a powered enfilade fire. It literally almost breaks these units. Fucking hell. That is pretty much, yeah, directly down the line. That's kind of what I've done over here a little bit. Payback, I guess. Yeah, he really needs to get that sorted, and then we're like, yep, concentrate your cav there, and go for it. Again, nothing's happening over here at all. If anything, I think he can try to maneuver cav all the way around, and he's done that, but on the opposite side, I see. So he's trying to make a presence, and a threatening presence, by having this shit behind here, but not doing much for it. Begins. Yep, inspire his unit, charge it down. But yeah, these units that have been standing here and haven't reformed their lines, you can see how just Swiss cheese they are. That is not even a line. That one's pretty good, they're good on it. Half depleted. Egyptian boys. So brave. So brave. Anyways. Tries to go for a cab charge in the back, just sits there. And while that's happening, we're like, okay, now's the perfect time. They're distracted. Fucking charge them, dude. Charge them. The cannon fire. None the wiser, those French. None the wiser. Now what's crazy is we didn't expect to break through so easily. And for there to be nothing over here at all. The French have everything committed here, and the Confederation have everything committed over there. Apparently. I still think stuff's over there. So what happens is, these guys have free reign back here, and we're like, hold on a minute. Why don't you go for all that arty they're already half destroyed? But yeah, those units that were getting shot by the enfilade, look how weak they are. They're just so shattered. So depleted. It gets really intense here. Because we just need to concentrate our forces a bit heavier on this side. So when it gets a bit bad, I kind of tell him just, hey, come back a little bit, set up canister and whatnot. But yeah. I think the Confederation realizes, oh fuck, I'm in too deep. Literally. And we just get to go crazy over here. Can't reload in time. I think there's a canister that pops up and it doesn't happen. But yeah, while that's happening, let's see what's going on over here. French pushing the British back a little bit. Yeah, there's no canister that pops up there. These units have literally become nothing, and I think, yeah, literally break. Ouch. Now get the French guns turned around, get canister shooting. It is a bit silly that canister can fire through its own lulls, but, you know, the game's the game. Yeah, we clear a nice gap there. Yep, fall back to my cannons. Let them take the 1-pointer. And Hussars fucking only lost 9 men. I'm very happy about that. And the French realise, well shit, we got no artillery presence that side at all. And that they've got pretty much everything committed that side, so fall back everything. And as they do, let me target them. Yeah, we pretty much move off this point here because we realise
this building has fallen to the enemy.
Confederation still trying to figure out what they can do to annoy us. A little amount of reforming happens here. And now we have entirely just arty dominance. The only thing I've lost is a couple limbers. That's 5. Wow. I lost 8 men. Otherwise it's about it. I've lost like, 60 men there. Glorious stuff on these boys. Where are they firing off to? Look at the fucking smoke screen they're creating. Messy bastards. No, I don't want to be those Westphalacians right now.
Artillery reporting.
Oofda. Oofda. Where am I shooting? Oh, I'm going for these guys. More conscripts. Oh yeah, try to get some good enfilade over here. It looks like we're in circles though. We are considerably healthier than them. Due to the fact that like units are breaking before they even get to the front line from my arty. Just gonna move more. Don't know what the French are trying to do here, but I think they eventually have to pull back. Yeah, Onich really has to send down reinforcements quicker than that, I believe. Oh, no, I think it's because we were extremely distracted by this cavalry. It was doing our heads in. And as you can tell, because he's fixated so much over there, so he's losing a little bit of the fight over here. So I just tell him withdraw a little bit, and I realised that, yeah, some of my arty here still has its limbers, so I can just limit them up. Which I get around to doing eventually. Lucky guys. Let them run away, Jesus Christ. They really need some elites down this end, probably. It's good use of the infantry to kind of coax them into a certain area, you know what I mean? I don't know what we're doing exactly over here. Left some elites behind. I've still got my stuff lined up in. I really hope that wasn't me, but it clearly looks like it came from my direction. But no one died, so... Yeah, the last of their quote-unquote reserves. Ooh, these conscripts haven't even lost a... Yeah, spoke too soon. As I say, I was looking at them over there before, and they're still at 211. And of course, when I fucking choose to speak about them, they get hit. Again, these are way too thick. You need to make them like columns of men, because then they're thin when they're this direction. Oh goodness. They're getting quite lucky. Okay. I keep saying it too soon. Yeah, all these units that are going up to here, they're all just already semi-depleted, dude. And they haven't even seen any actual light. There hasn't even been any line fire up until this point here, along the side of the battlefield. And you can tell by the line of dead as well. All these dead here is literally just cannonball fire. I think at the same time while these guys are fighting, I can get them to, yeah, I can shoot them like that. And the cannon fire constantly assists with, it says under, what does it say? It usually should say under artillery fire too, under artillery missile attack. I think maybe for one of these guys. Who knows? But yeah, it's always good to read the description, kind of read what's making them worried, or what's making them win. Here you go, under missile attack. I think it's just a missile attack, whatever. But yeah, that's a constant negative factor. And cannonballs just make people unhappy. Still haven't limit up. I think it's because he's doing somewhat well over here. Like, 15 red dots. Very bullshit. These guys are. Good for them. Yeah, these guys get overwhelmed pretty quick. I said let them get a head start so I can shoot them. Getting clustered here. On the river crossing. Oh guys, gotta move. Maybe they all started to rout and then they came back, is what happened. But yeah, pretty much never gave the French a break, and there was pretty much a cannonball firing almost every second. I'd say at least once every 5 seconds. What, considering there's 14 guns operational, it takes around 30 seconds to fire. Yeah, so that's one cannonball firing every 2 seconds. Quite the display of firepower. Just really giving it to them. Not letting them leave in peace. Oh my god, poor guy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's hussars still out here on the back lines. Oh, Napoleon. You had a good one. Where is he?
We have killed their general. Now they must break.
Oh, died right there. Ouch. Oh yeah, I realised I can still get enfiladed through this direction, which is fucked. Poor French, they're never safe. Good. Let's see, get this angle. Yeah, it'd be good to bring up some canister to assist. And yeah, the fight for the 2-pointer never actually happens, because it was all about the fight for this 1-pointer. Apparently. Because looking at LOC, I think the way they wanted to do it was securing, like, I guess technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because at the moment it would have been, like for us, it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. Yeah, it's all about that 1-pointer, I guess. Depends how you want to look at it. That's all it comes down to, is just repositioning, concentrating forces, and I'm getting friendly fire now accidentally. My bad. Oh my goodness. God, that'd be terrifying if I was one of those that literally just went right overhead. I forgot what happens with that Confederation cav, but I think yeah, there was a scuffle over here, and it all died. I think it was assisted with the British infantry over here. But yeah, I've just got my dudes chilling still, my 10 units, like fucking shitloads. Don't even have to commit anything. I think I'm making units route just from the cannons, which is fair enough at this point. French have really taken it. Yep, more friendly fire, my bad. Sorry, Britain. everything. Tell them, hey mate. Oh no, this is mine. I can shuffle them in between and then do some canister. Fun times ahead. Could be the same kind of script from before. They eat some canister? I hope so. Yeah. These guys are no more, and save friendly fire. At this point I'm really sad because I have to turn off all my 9-pounders. You can see 3 of them have earned a chevron, which is incredible. Speaking of chevrons, I think, yeah, each of these 3 have also earned a chevron. Because they're closer, they got probably stronger kills. Because even at this distance, after 1 or 2 bounces, it might not have enough momentum to kill all the men in a line. But these 6-pounders being this close, they could fucking easily. Canister's just overkill at this point. Don't really need it. The French know what's coming to them. I don't even know why they pushed that this far. They should be pushed back to 1 corner. Oh yeah, I got my elites helping out. Yeah, still trying to shoot where the French are going, I think. Yeah, just in advance, knowing that they're going to go there. And also I think I'm just trying to make sure these don't come back. Yep, then we decide, okay, bring up the cannons even closer. So I really finish them. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was my bad. I think I was trying to turn them off and there was lag. Oopsie. That's a Royal Highland foot. Well, they're Scottish. Who really cares about them anyway? Hi, Dan. And Michael, I guess. I get a bit excited. I think I'm shooting over here and I eventually take out one of my own guns.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Such a beautiful noise. Beautiful aesthetics. This game is full of them. And yeah, I think the French know this is it. This is it. Let's get forward a little bit. Yeah, do some shooting and I tell them to make a gap because I want to start just bombarding the town because we have 15 minutes. But yeah, I decided to stop shooting because we're like, okay, let's just get this over and done with. We've already given them enough. Do I take out one of my own guns? I think I'm about to. What I'm thinking about is like, you know, if I was Napoleon right here, I'd turn back forward. Here's some cav charging to your back left. There's shit going down everywhere. And every now and then there's some cannonballs flying into town. I think the British are probably going for a charge soon. I don't know what they're doing here. Oh no, you know what happened? Yeah, our British player literally crashed round about at this point. Yeah, that's why all his units start doing erratic behaviour. and fucking dumb shit. I'm glad it's still sticking to those moves at least. But yeah, it was really lucky and fortunate time for him to crash because we were just winning and yeah, everything charges automatically because AI is funky like that. But yeah, summary of this battle. It was just a really beautiful display of how powerful artillery can be. You just look at all these streaks of men. Phenomenal. Pretty much not one of these was just like a random leftover musket shot except for these ones up here. But all of this. All of these. Don't worry about the British. All of these. It's just enfilade. A little bit of line fighting going on here. All these streaks of men. Well, the furthest away one of my cannonballs like randomly killed someone. Don't know what happened here. I think that's just cavalry cleaning up. Would be. But no, it's crazy stuff. I hope it's a good example of how combined arms games play out as well, where, you know, one player... It really is just all about communication, and like, you know, infantry player really has to rely on the other two to do what they specialise at, and infantry player just has to hold the line, literally. But yeah, those are the last of, I think, Milano phase men. Yeah. GG's. Get a quick look at kills on my artillery. Eventually start sending them down. But yeah, if you look at a KD, compared to... Oh no, it was Old's infantry, sorry, not Milano-Fay's infantry. But yeah, Milano-Fay, he was the opposing arty player and got half the kills that I did. And that's also including like the 10 line infantry that you get to take as arty player for a 3v3. For 4v4s, a new infantry player is added, pretty much the exact same, and instead of the arty player taking 10, they take 5. But yeah, you can see my fucking artillery just doing work. Had units pretty much doing nothing. And the ones that did, they did a lot. So I calculated this before and it's 1,333 kills between all my arty pieces out of my 1,700. So fucking good amount there. Anyways. Like, comment, and subscribe. Suck my balls and eat my ass. Bye-bye.